Welcome to another episode of Satchats Short Stacks. Today we will be exploring Bitcoin through the mind of an 11-year-old, soon to be 12-year-old. I'll be your host, Stuart, Bitcoin Maxi, my co-host.
Hi, I'm Lynn Pelso, stand-in for the original co-host.
There we go. So
guest on last episode.
Hey, that's right. So number 38, Lion, watch out for it. It's going to be dropping soon. So Lion, help us understand Bitcoin explained by an 11-year-old. Break down Bitcoin in your own words.
So if Bitcoin represented money that could be taken out to buy Grimace Shakes at an amount of level, but like the president and stuff like that can like actually take your fiat, but they can't phantom tax your Bitcoin. So that's why Bitcoin is worth it. Because if you don't want to get phantom taxed, buy your Bitcoin, you'll be the Skibbity Ohio Rizzler with a level 9 yacht. That's why Bitcoin is worth it. Buy Bitcoin!
Okay. And if you wanted to take that explanation out of the land of brain rot into the English language,
okay,
that can be understood by people who aren't 11 years old, what would be your explanation of Bitcoin?
So Bitcoin is like this hard money that like it's not going to be broken down easily and cannot be made more of. You can't just print Bitcoin. Like, for example, if you're playing a game where you have different powers and someone chooses, I don't know, fire, and you choose Bitcoin, you could have a move called hardest money. And that like is like a shield, and that allows you to be good. It's not going to like hurt you because like you can't take Bitcoin.
So Bitcoin is hard money.
It is.
You can't make more of it easily.
People can't make more of it, period.
Right. Once you get to 21 million Bitcoin, that's it. But they're making more of it right now because they're mining it. But once you get to the supply cap, that's it.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to take from you. You know, people can't just tax you by printing more of it.
Especially if you have a good seed phrase and you're not like some of the people that I've heard about in the comments who are putting a seed phrase in the comments. Like, don't do that. It's not good for you. Your Bitcoin's going to get stolen because people are going to find your seed phrase. We know, though. We know. Because if you're actually smart, you probably wouldn't put your seed phrase in the comments.
There you go.
Are we getting hacked? Put in the comments if we're getting hacked.
So let me ask you this question. How can kids earn Bitcoin? How can they secure Bitcoin? What can they do with Bitcoin?
So step 1 is to get a paternal or older figure that is obsessed with Bitcoin. Step 2 is to realize that your allowance, if any, and pocket money can be put into Bitcoin. And that is how you get Bitcoin. I just found out today that with my Bitcoin from being on an episode, I can retire from any age from 25 to 29. That's at the earliest. I could retire anytime. But with Bitcoin, you have that freedom to retire early and do something you love. Or you don't have to retire, but obviously you can do something you love with your Bitcoin. It's worth it. Buy Bitcoin.
Buy Bitcoin. So kids can earn money. Maybe they mow a lawn. Maybe they've got a lemonade stand. Some chores around the house.
Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy. That's a good one. What if the Tooth Fairy paid you in Bitcoin? Like you just underneath your pillow was just like some Bitcoin.
Like a little note that says, check your wallet. First of all, I'd be like, in what way in hell does the Tooth Fairy have access to my seed phrase? Like, in what world does the Tooth Fairy have access to my seed phrase? But then I realized this is my retirement fund and my college fund and my working fund and everything in between.
Yeah. What if she left like a little USB stick with some Bitcoin on it underneath your pillow?
Let's go upload this to my wallet.
So, what can kids do with it? They can end up buying stuff with it. They can end up living, the life that they want to live.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you this. Let's say you've made some cash as a kid. You've bought some Bitcoin as a kid. The value of that Bitcoin has increased, and now you're ready to spend a little bit of it. What's the first thing that you would buy with your Bitcoin?
Depends on how much. If it's not a lot, I'd probably just take it out and then buy Bitcoin with it and just put it. I just wouldn't buy anything.
Wait. The first thing you would buy with your Bitcoin is more Bitcoin?
Yes.
How?
No, if I didn't have enough for anything monumental or like good, I would just take some Bitcoin out.
Yeah.
Put it back into Bitcoin. I would buy more Bitcoin with my Bitcoin.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it had a decent amount, I would walk my little butt down to the Lego store.
Yeah.
And I would buy a Lego.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Lego guy.
How many pieces would you want the Lego set to be?
100 million, and it would be a Bitcoin Lego set, and it would be a one coin, and it would be 100 million pieces.
Wow.
And each piece was like one of those 1 by 1. So that's just really small. And you just like click it in, and you have 100, and each piece is like one sat, and then you just put it in, you have 100 million sats.
So Lego needs to collaborate with satchats on a Bitcoin Lego.
Absolutely.
That's a giant Bitcoin, and it has 100 million pieces.
And each one is a 1 by 1. So it's really small. You're not actually doing, you're just like click, 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 click.
I love that.
A year later, click. I'm done.
Yeah. So let's recap what we went over there. Bitcoin is something to do with Grimace Shakes. We couldn't even follow that part, but we did see that Bitcoin is hard money. Bitcoin is yours. Bitcoin is a way to build your wealth over time. You can do odd jobs around the neighborhood.
You can have a coffee shop when you're older because of your Bitcoin. And you don't have to work some office job with a cubicle that gives you no space. You can just have Bitcoin and then do something you like owning a coffee shop or being a streamer.
Yeah.
Or being a podcaster.
There you go. So you can make some money as a kid. You can put it into Bitcoin, and later in life, you can do whatever you want with it, including a 100 million piece Bitcoin Lego. So, we hope that you enjoyed Bitcoin through the eyes of an almost 12-year-old. This should be a clear signal that anyone can learn enough about Bitcoin to stack their first sats.
Yas, queens.
So thanks so much for watching this episode of Sat Chats Short Stacks. Remember, it is for educational purposes only. It should not be construed as financial advice. So thanks so much. We'll see ya.